The golden egg. Once upon a time in a green and lively forest, a rumor spread. It was about a precious golden egg, shiny as the sun and guarded by the creatures of the night. This egg wasn't ordinary, it was magic. They say this egg could grant a single wish to whoever possessed it. The forest's animals, intrigued and excited, whispered about it in hushed tones. The desire to obtain this mystical item was overwhelming. Among these animals, a brave rabbit named Remy, a clever fox named Fara, and a wise old owl named Olly decided to go on a quest. They agreed to find the golden egg, the source of infinite possibilities. The next morning, they set off on their journey. Remy was the fastest, always hopping ahead. Fara was sly and cunning, finding the best paths. Olly, though he could not walk as fast, guided them with his wisdom. They ventured through the dense woods, crossed roaring rivers, and climbed steep hills. With determination in their hearts and dreams in their eyes, they faced every obstacle, undeterred and confident. One day, they reached a dark part of the forest where the sun could hardly peek through. The trees seemed taller, and the air felt cold. This was the land of the creatures of the night. Remy, being the most fearless, led the group deeper into the dark forest. Fara, with her acute senses, stayed on alert. Olly used his vast knowledge to identify the safest paths among the darkness. They journeyed for what seemed like days until they noticed a faint glow. Hope filled their hearts as they hurried towards the light. There, in a small clearing among twisted trees, lay the golden egg. It was as shiny as the tales had described, glowing with a warm wisdom of its own. Remy, Fara, and Olly stood in awe, dazzled by the beauty of the golden egg. It was the embodiment of their dreams. But before they could step forward, a shadowy figure appeared. It was the keeper of the egg. A large, fierce-looking wolf. He growled, and the friends knew they were in trouble. Remy, always the bravest, stood his ground. Fara, using her wit, started to devise a plan. Olly, the wisest, pondered over the situation. A conflict was inevitable, and they needed to act fast. Fara suggested that they outsmart the wolf by creating a diversion. Olly agreed, and Remy, who was faster than the wind, was ready to do his part. They had a plan, and it was time to execute it. Remy started hopping around, distracting the wolf. Fara used this chance to lure the wolf away from the egg. And Olly waited for the perfect moment to swoop down and grab the golden egg. Their plan was successful. The golden egg was theirs. The courage of Remy, the cunning of Fara, and the wisdom of Olly had led them to their dream. Their journey had reached its climax. With the golden egg in their possession, our trio faced a new challenge. What to wish for? Each one had their own desires, but they also valued their companionship and unity. After much contemplation, they unanimously decided. They wished for an everlasting peace in the forest, where no animal would be in fear, and harmony would always prevail. It was the most selfless wish. The golden egg glowed brighter than ever before. Suddenly, a serene light enveloped the entire forest. The dark part of the forest became luminous, the creatures of the night became gentle, and peace ruled. Remy, Fara, and Olly felt a deep sense of satisfaction. It was not just about the quest, but also the journey. They learned about courage, wit, wisdom, and most importantly, friendship and selflessness. The story of their adventure spread throughout the forest. The golden egg, the mystical wish, their wise decision, and their unity became an inspiring tale. Their journey was much more than a quest. The trio returned home, carrying the lessons they learned and the memory of their remarkable journey. They remained the best of friends, and their tale inspired generations to come in the forest. Their tale taught that dreams can be chased, that courage, wit, and wisdom are powerful, and that unity can overcome the biggest challenges. And above all, it reminded us that some of the best adventures begin with a single step. The end.